Reverend Al and I often talk about things that affect our communities all across America. And obviously, the California wildfires was a topic of our conversation. And so, a few days ago, when the president came to tour the devastation of the wildfires, we were just confused as to why he didn't come to Altadena, one of the most hard-hit, affected areas. So we don't know his reasons why he didn't come to Altadena, but we know our reasons why we did come to Altadena. And we came here to Altadena, this beautiful multicultural community, to say that we will make sure that we repair Altadena. We will make sure that we restore Altadena. And we will make sure that we rebuild Altadena. And we will build it back better. And we all know that the phoenix rose from the ashes. Altadena will rise from the ashes, and it will be a miraculous rising ordained by God Himself for these beautiful people, all black, brown, red, all of them coming up together. Yeah. Because that is what the angels of Altadena that we memorialize here today stood for. They stood for all of Altadena. We have Earlene Kelly, this pharmaceutical tech, who, along with her husband, was also a pharmacist. And they chose to be in the black community of Altadena, to be able to provide a service for our community. That's why we are here memorializing them. We don't know the reason why others are exalting them, but we know why we're exalting them. And then we have Mr. Rodney Nickerson. I mean, just a great man of God, was a member, Reverend Al, a leader of National Action Network here in Atlanta. He believed in social justice. He also had just incredible family legacy. Anybody heard of Nickerson Gardens? His son Eric was telling me about the pride that runs through their family of that beautiful development that was built for our community. And then we memorialize and pay special tribute to Evelyn McClendon. Yeah. And you will hear from their families, but everybody says she was just an angel in every aspect of the word. Always giving, always trying to have a kind word. She was a school bus driver. She loved her children. She loved her community. I think we have some of the school bus drivers here. If you all would stand to be recognized, this is who Evelyn was, a person of service, a great person of service. And so our call to action is simple and straightforward and direct. We want to make sure that we have truth, accountability, and justice for Altadena. We don't want 3/5 justice. We don't want half justice for those black families who lost so much. We want whole justice. The same justice that you're going to give the Palisades and Hollywood Hills, we want to make sure that we get it for Altadena. Not anything less. And we know, Reverend Al, we know we have visual evidence of what started the fire in Altadena. You see, Ann Andrews here, she was one of the leaders in the litigation in the Malibu fires. They had legislation that was passed that said, we know when the winds get a certain level and the weather services put out that alarm and that alert that the energy companies are supposed to de-energize the power. And we know that Con Edison Energy didn't do that, and we saw the transmitter at light and then explode, and we saw the fire rolling into Altadena, and if they would have followed the law, we would have had warning, and maybe we couldn't have saved our properties, but we could have saved Erling. We could have saved Rodney. We could have saved Evelyn. We could have saved all those other black people who had lost their life because they didn't have adequate warning. And that's what this fight is about, making sure that we're not treated differently. We still are trying to figure out why West Altadena got notice 7 hours earlier before East Altadena, where most of us live at. And that's what we intend on doing, making sure that all of these entities are held accountable. The call to action, brothers and sisters, is for us to stand up together. It is for us to stay together. Don't sell out. Please don't sell out. The vultures are coming. They're going to offer you pennies on the dollar. We know the Olympics is around the corner. That land is what they desire. We saw the history of Black Wall Street. When it burnt down, how the vultures came and took our generational wealth. I get ready to conclude, and I say this, Reverend Al. It would always be remembered in my heart, and the video has went viral when Martin Williams, that brother, you know, he was crying at our town hall meeting. He said, "What took you so long, Attorney Crump?" He said, "Me and my family, we've lived in our house in Altadena over 40 years, and it's all gone. It is all gone." He said him, his wife, his daughter, and his 2-year-old grandbaby, they're together in a 1-bedroom in Ramada Inn, and they don't know when, if ever, they're going to be able to get out of that hotel. And the fact that everything they had was in that house. All the hard work, the dreams that they had for generational wealth to give to their children and their grandchildren. Because many times, black families, we don't have stocks and bonds to give our children. We don't have trust funds to give our children. So these homes, these beautiful homes in Altadena was the only thing we had, right, Martin? And all gone. Martin, please stand. I mean, it's so heartbreaking when you think about how displaced everybody is, and it's not going to be easy. They said it's going to take months, right, Ann, even before they can go back on the land. And then they got to make sure all the toxins and poisons out. And so they're going to be displaced. A lot of them lost their cars. A lot of them can't get to work and everything. So it really is about us standing up together, about us staying together, and about us fighting together. That is the call to action. Let's stand up together, let's stay together, and let's fight together. And if we do that, we can repair Altadena, we can restore Altadena, and we can rebuild Altadena. Altadena strong.